my esteemed viewers. This is BVI Channel 1. I am Stella Suzuchino Peters, and today on Biafra Discourse, I'll be talking with a very important personality within the Biafran agitation for self-determination, an economist, and also the Director of Information for the customary government of Indigenous people of Biafra. I'm talking about Comrade Ndubisi Vincent Anienugu. You are welcome to BVI Channel 1.
Thank you, Chinedu.
You are part and parcel of what BVI Channel 1 and the customary government have been doing, and we appreciate your work. Many people out there have been seeing press release and so many, press statements coming from the customary government, and that can be, traced back to you. We appreciate your work for informing Biafran people and putting them in line with what is happening at the moment. Now, let's go straight to the point because we have minimum time. The fear for war and worse economic development have been a point of argument, have been a point of reference by those who oppose the agitation for Biafra independence. Some people think that when Biafra comes, there is no guarantee that it will be a better place than Nigeria. Then why can't we all work hard to see if Nigeria can work? Now, in your opinion as an economist, do you think that Biafra will be better off economically going by what we are experiencing currently in Nigeria?
Yeah, thank you, Chinedu. I think I have to start by saying that those who are afraid of war shouldn't be afraid. That is why people like us joined the Biafran agitation. Before I joined this agitation, before now rather, people used to see people who are into Biafran struggle as touts on the street. As they said, Okada people, these are the people that do Biafran struggle. It's quite unfortunate that whenever you mention Biafra, somebody beside you will look at you. Is this person normal? Why wouldn't you go and look for a job? For goodness sake, when I joined the Biafran struggle, I was in the banking industry. In my branch, people call me Nwa Biafra. And we started civilizing the struggle. We started by telling people that our identity, we have indigenous identity, and there's nothing wrong with that. For me, even in a corporate world where many people out there, they know the worth of bankers, how much they are being paid. Even as corporate as we were, I was being identified as a Biafran. So when people talk about war, I always tell them that war will come when you allow people who do not want to face the media. Just like I'm facing the world, I'm talking. People are seeing my face. When you don't give opportunity, or rather, when people who can come out as I'm coming out now to talk are not standing up at the right time, what it means is that you give the other people. It's not like the Mutupa people are not responsible, or it's not like the Kekene people are not responsible. They are quite responsible. These people are quite passionate about Biafra. But it will come to a certain stage where the issue of Biafra will be taken to the center stage, where you will now allow not just the elites, but the intellectuals to come and debate. Then if people like us are not right now inside the Biafran struggle, you will have the wrong people, at the forefront when the discussion of Biafra restoration or independence is taken to the center stage. What I'm trying to say is that if that is done, that is when you start talking about war. But right now you have people like us. Biafrans are fortunate to have people like us who have staked our career path. We've staked everything we have in life. We even staked our family lives, our lives being included, to stand before the world to talk about Biafra. And we'll be ready to debate anybody, including people inside the Aso Rock. I'm saying it. The last time when Soludo came up with economic policies, I said, I'm ready to debate him as a Biafran. I'm ready to debate Osibanjo, the Vice President of Nigeria. I'm saying it because the world is hearing my voice. So if people like me can sit before the camera and saying this thing, What it means is that we are already creating soft landing for our dear people at this critical. So the issue of war will not come up at all, because what we begin to do now is to debate. And even after war, people who have fought for many years, at the end of the day, they go to round table discussion to resolve whatever differences they have. Chinedu, let me also take on the issue of economy, about people saying, when Biafra comes, would Biafra be better than Nigeria?
Yeah.
I think as the image maker of the customary government, this has been, and of course as an economist, this has been my selling point, where I have comparative advantage. Because I've told people that if we, I mean the Biafrans, could power their economy. Chinedu, I don't know if you have seen the Biafran pounds. Do you have one of them?
I've seen them.
The one I have inside my car, if you look at it now, this is practical. Compared with Naira you have in Nigeria, you begin to appreciate that if Biafra comes, it's not debatable. If outside that one, I also want to tell you that during the war, we refine our oil, crude oil. We were able to drive our cars, vehicles, even during the war. My own father told me how he was part of the team that was refining the crude oil to enable our Biafran soldiers drive
their
vehicles. I'm telling you, during the war conditions, there was never a time when you could talk of importing PMS, AGO, or DPK, AGO. There was never a time. Even as Nigerian troops were taking over spaces and some cities, Biafran engineers were busy moving their mini like refineries. Or you've not heard of it?
Of course.
During the Biafran war, when even you talk of blockage everywhere, people were not allowed, countries are not allowed to bring in their goods, it's been monitored. There was highest restriction everywhere, yet Ojukwu was able to declare state of emergency on farming, agriculture. People went into farming to produce food for us.
So it's no longer like a mono economy that Nigeria is practicing at the moment?
It's not at all, because nobody is even talking of let's just depend on oil. No. The people that are there, people that are into engineers are busy building factories, to production were going on during the war, under the war situation. So if I can tell you that during that 3 years, that people fought, Ojukwu led our people, and somebody is telling me that can I begin to debate if Biafra would be better than Nigeria, if Biafra comes under a democratic arrangement, not under a war situation, like the case we had before. That was where I had issue with some of our governors that led us for 8 years. And at the end of the day, they will start bribing, giving people 2,000 naira to vote.
Vote for them. That is
and presently, you see them using Ojukwu head as
the selling point.
Meanwhile, Ojukwu led us for just 3 years under war situation. And you have a governor who has led our people for 4 years or for 8 years.
Or 8 years.
Or for 3 years. And the person is still using Ojukwu head. Can't you begin to think that if the Biafra we are talking of should come tomorrow, with the kind of Biafra spirit
that's a very powerful point you have there.
I'm telling you, as an economist, what Nigeria should be begging us to pursue this struggle to a logical conclusion. Because the coming of Biafra will help to build the Nigerian economy, just like Nigeria is trying to help some African countries to stand up. Biafran economy should be able to power not just Nigerian economy, but the whole of African economy, and they help the world and global economy. I want to also say for record purpose, that if you look at our consumption now, the last time the Vice President said that we have about 110 million unemployed Nigerians. Logically, if you look at it, it means if you're employed, you go to bed every day without income, zero income. If you have zero income, ideally you are not supposed to save. If you are not saving, you are not supposed to invest. And if you are not investing, You are not supposed to consume.
That is a vicious cycle.
There is a positive relationship between these variables.
Yeah.
Income, savings, consumption,
investment.
and investment. Once you don't earn income at the end of the day or month, what it means is that your income will have, your consumption will be zero. What it means is that your savings will be zero. Again, your investment will be zero. What our Vice President is telling us is that 110 million Nigerians do not save. Therefore, they cannot invest. It's affecting the global economy. It's affecting the global consumption. Because the Chinese that are producing, you have 110 million Nigerians who do not have purchasing power. And when you don't have purchasing power, it's affecting the global sales. That's it. Of course, you know, if you don't buy, whoever that is producing will be busy talking to his banker. I've produced, I can't sell. That is the situation you have in 1930 economic depression, when the world production is excess. Now you don't have the sales again. Government has to come in and intervene. So practically, what we are trying to do is to intervene in global economy, to begin to increase demand and supply, to begin to increase savings and consumption, to begin to increase income and investment. That's exactly why we are crazy and mad about this. Because we know, giving the opportunity 1 year, if you should give a Biafra opportunity in government house, I want to put it on record, just for record purpose, that the whole Nigeria will feel the impact. The Hausa man in Taraba State will feel the impact. The man in Sokoto will feel the impact. So the Biafran we are talking here, the people should appreciate what we are doing. I think they should be finding a way to encourage us, not to discourage us. Thank you, Chinedu.
You have done wonderfully on on this very issue, because the statement of economic development in a given area, some people think that if Biafra comes, the space will be so small, they will have small market, but that goes against the reality on ground. I remember after the war that Biafran people were stripped completely economically. There's no rich person in Biafran land at that time. No Biafran at that time is rich. Their economic activities, their income level, everything, in fact, they were brought to 0.00. But look at what is happening today in Nigeria. They are the front line of economic activities in Nigeria today. That's coming true. From nowhere.
That's true.
So it supports your position that if Biafra should come, it in fact is that to the best interest of Nigeria. Those that are not even Biafrans that are in Nigeria. That's the non-Biafrans that are Nigerians, and also the other African countries and the world at large.
Everybody. And let me also correct that impression quickly. You know, when people say you guys are pushing Biafra, where is their land space? If all our people should start coming home, where would they stay? Blah, 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 blah. I think it's media brainwashing. People are getting the information. I mean, that
totally upside down.
No, it's just like one senator said, it's just mathematics turned upside down. This is mathematics or turned upside down. How should even a rational or normal human being expect that when Biafra comes, everybody in Lagos will start coming home? Everybody in Abuja will start. To me, some people are mentally sick. Because when Biafra comes, you know, my brother is in Cameroon today. He has a house there.
There is hardly a place in the world that you don't see Biafra people.
My brother is in US. He has a
everywhere
house.
In the world.
In US. He's a citizen. Because we have Nigeria, have I told him, or has anybody, or Trump, even Trump, when Trump said, I'll send people home, has he done it? Has he sent anybody home? So when Biafra comes, you know, nobody is saying that you should move from Lagos to this place, or you should move from Abuja to this place. No. After all, the ECOWAS community, I don't need visa to go to Ghana there. My cousin is in Ghana. If I want to visit him now, I just go to immigration, get my ECOWAS pass. That's all, about 9,000 or thereabouts. And I will go. It doesn't require any other process. So if Biafra comes, the Yoruba man in Lagos can come here, but it's just documentation and the process that we want to recognize you. Because in Biafra, even our goats and cows will be counted, will be on data. As the image maker, I'm saying it, let everybody know that when Biafra comes, our dog will be counted.
Because that is very important.
If we have 50 cows here, Igbo cow or a Ijo cow, all of them must be on my computer, inside computer.
They will all be counted.
If one die, we'll go to computer minus it.
you said something. I know where you are referring to. You said something about database.
Yeah.
And that takes me to the final question that we'll be taking on this episode. The factors that have contributed in the economic meltdown of Nigeria. Considering the issue of database, Nigeria do not have a central database to manage the economy properly. Because if you don't know the number of people that, even in a micro economic situation, in a home economic situation, if you don't know the number of people within the household, you cannot make effective budget of the feeding arrangement of the household.
You cannot.
So that is exactly what is happening in the macro economic situation in Nigeria. When you don't know the population, the people that are coming in, the people that are going out, the people that are dying, the death rate and the birth rate, there is no proper database. And I think that has been causing Nigeria to operate what you called one time a miracle economy. Can you just summarize
on that? You allowed me to say it. Okay, thank God you're quoting me.
Yeah.
Because very soon.
No, that is, I heard it from you.
People will start paying money for quoting that miracle economy. You know, I've already done research on that as a PhD student, and I'm looking at it. Very soon I'll be quoted. Not just quoting this Adam Smith or quoting McGregor's theory, classical school of thought. There's nothing wrong with quoting a Biafran. According to Ndubizi, he said we operate miracle economy. However, that's on the soft note. But however, you know, there is no way economy can operate without you having your data that you can depend on. Say that I have 3 kids inside my house, and it's based on that information that I should be able to plan on how much I will spend on them at the end of the month. Yeah. I think when people say, like when you say meltdown, or people say recession, we're on economic recession, you know, based on that, my background of miracle economy, I will begin to pose that question back. What do you mean? When inside a flat, somebody will go inside a flat and pick 13 billion naira or thereabouts, or $40 million. Somebody will go into soccer pit somewhere inside a farm and pick $1 billion, you know, and somebody is saying we have recession. What is the meaning of that? However, as far as I'm concerned, because I know the situation we have in the country is where you have general market prices is increasing by the day. The general market prices.
There's no
general market prices. You said it's when you have inflation in the system, you say the general market prices are increasing, but you have surplus money. What is the cause? Because you have too much money. Because when you have excess, when the economy is excess, is liquid, the cash in the economy is in excess. Yeah. You know, the general market prices will increase because people's purchasing power would have increased. So that increase now will attract increase in demand for goods. That increase in demand will now begin to pursue the prices. People will begin to increase their prices. Then government will use their monetary policies to manipulate and control and see how to withdraw money out of the economy. But right now you have a situation whereby the general market prices have increased to the high heavens, yet there is no money. There is no money. When something, this water, I used to buy 16 naira before now, and today is 100 naira. Yet my income is constant, is fixed. How do you explain that? That is why I said the system we operate here is rather we go to miracle centers and start praying. Even my lecturer has told me it's only God that will help us. So if your lecturer should now tell you that it's God that will help us out, what will be your reaction as a student?
We are looking out for miracle then.
So because if my lecturer is not doing that, what you should have done is to say this is the cause. The cause is that Buhari's administration moved 5 trillion naira from the economy into a central bank account called Treasury Single Account. Yeah. That's TSA. Treasury Single Account. Yeah. Moved it there so as to track government expenditure. What is his motive for doing that? When he came in, he noticed that there was a high-level corruption going on in public sector. So for him to track how
the spending,
parastatals, ministries, you know, government agencies, how they spend their money. All what he did was to move everything to one account. Now the question is this, because that is one of the reasons some people are giving. If you do that, what is holding him from using the left hand through the fiscal policy? Because that's monetary policy
yes.
instrument.
Yeah.
What is holding him from using the fiscal policy instrument, which is expenditure, budget?
Of course.
Using the fiscal policy instrument to inject the money back to the system. Since he's tracking the way this money is being spent, what is holding him, since he has streamlined the process of approval processes, what is holding him from saying, okay, in all the secondary schools in Nigeria, I am giving them 10 million naira every month to
upgrade their facilities
to maybe African standard or international standard.
Of course.
So that there will be electricity everywhere. What is holding him from saying, even you have power generation, you have transmission, you have distribution. What is wrong with him saying, okay, I'm identifying this key sector of the economy. By doing this, it will cushion the effects of recession in the system. Because recession is when people don't have money to spend. Yet in the market, there's general increase in market prices. So people are jumping into lagoon because they don't have money in their pockets. So what is wrong in that saying, how do I cushion the effects of the present situation? By, let me intervene in power distribution. I want to, as a federal government, own my own distribution company. Empower that distribution company to distribute electricity to certain locations.
And create employment too at the
Okay,
process.
what is even wrong is saying we are setting up farm settlements in all the local governments. 774 local governments. What is wrong with using part of this money that was seen inside a flat the other time to say, in all the local governments, we are setting up farm settlements. You know what is farm settlement? Government use it to say, graduates, all these youths doing Yahoo. Bros, come out. We are building a standardized farm model in Njikoka local government. What we do just there is fish farming model. You have your flat there, you have borehole, you have everything. What you just need to do with your bag, come in, we'll make you a farm manager there. Every morning you go and feed the fish. You go and do sports in the evening. My dear, if you do that, this recession we are talking about, because it will go with multipliers effects. If 50 times 774 times it and look at the family, those people, and even those young guys will start getting married. Now in Nigeria, a lot of our girls are not married.
They are all in the church.
That is why I told them that if Biafra comes, all these ladies will get their husbands overnight. Because once their guys are empowered, the next thing they will think is, settle down. Nobody likes staying idle.
Crime goes down.
It's only when you don't have money that you think of, I don't want to get serious with this girl. Oh. Do you understand? So recession will be taken care of with this simple and practical economic and state intervention. And
you have just analyzed.
Let's not give them expo because
that is the model Biafra is going to run.
Yeah, they won't pay for this thing.
You know, I think you have done justice to work with. Next time we have a lot of time to discuss more on this, so that Biafra people will begin to appreciate what is there for them when Biafra comes. Yeah. We were talking about Biafra in view, what Biafra will look like, and thank God, Biafra people have more people like you. I know they're out there, but some are still, you know, afraid to identify with the problem. Coming up with your kind of personality and every other person that are coming around to identify with this process, I think something good is going to unfold very soon. And I appreciate you. Thank you once again for, you know, honoring our invitation to be part of BVI Channel 1 Biafra Discourse.
Keep on working.
We'll have you some other time again.
Thank you. I will always be there.
And our viewers out there, you have had it all. This is where we'll be drawing curtain on this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms so that you don't miss a thing of the quality of content coming out from this platform. You can only get it on BVI Channel 1. I still remain your humble servant. Don't forget, I love you to the bones.